Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge Reviews.
Chef Alfredo is a kids game about cooking. And once again, you're going to have a Queen's game that is just beautiful to look at. The components in this game are just out of this world. Really like the cooking pots, the dice, you have to sticker yourself, but you get an extra set of stickers in case you mess up or they wear off, which is fantastic. Thank you. That's very nice. So what you're going to get is this little memory game where you're rolling the dice and you're putting ingredients in. You got to remember where they are. When you roll the Chef Alfredo, they'll mix up. So it's just a little small memory game, but the components really bring it to life. We really like this one a lot. My son has played it a lot. He likes to make up rules for it. And when we have it, we just have a really good time. We usually try to start the game out. The rulebook doesn't say this. We try to start it out where the actual ingredients are because it kind of gives us a fresh start because he's younger. And I got to say, this one's been a huge hit. You know, it's not groundbreaking, but you're not really looking for groundbreaking when you're looking for something to play with your kids. I have a good time. And getting older as I am, memorizing this, sometimes the kids actually legitimately beat me at this because I just can't keep the memory up. Plus, I'm trying to run the game, and the rolling of the dice is kind of random. So somebody can get ahead. You can only to the person to your left can do it. So there's a little bit of quirks to it, but it works very good. And kids can pick this up and play by themselves. This one's going to be a keeper for me. And when we have two plays of kids games, we have the kind that we're not very good. We don't want to keep for the kids and more kids and grandkids, and it's fine if they destroy it with their friends. And then we have the kind that we put up and we play with them, and it becomes more of like a family game versus a kids game. This one we'll keep up because components are so nice. We'll keep this so we can play together as a family because it's really fun. And we'll keep this one around for a very long time. Chef Alfredo has been a huge hit for us. Here's Chef Alfredo. Beautiful, beautiful. I mean, very colorful front. You have the Queen Kids logo on it, which I like when they put on their game so I can quickly identify what is a children's game from them, because their boxes look similar, but you know, this cover could go either way, and I like that they have the logo on it. You are going to get a rule book inside, which we'll take a look at more details in just a second. You're going to get a board, and really this is just colorful and where you place the stuff, but the board you really don't need in this game, but it is colorful and nice. You're going to get a die, which you will sticker yourself. You put that on there. You will get extra stickers here in case you mess up. You're going to get these cooking pots, which are just fantastic. These are your scoring tiles. They're very thick and nice and overproduced, which is great. Now, these containers do not come with it. These are ones I pick up at the dollar store. But you'll have a black tile in each of the four areas: carrots, green beans, onions, and tomatoes, which will go in the pot. And then you'll have these that will get stuck into the pot. Very, very nice. So I got to say, I really like the components in this game. And they've done a great job. You can even see the box art in here that they have. And they got, or it looks like a kitchen inside, so fantastic. Here's one more for Chef Alfredo. You'll see it is the cover of the box there. This is pretty much going to be the rules, these 2 pages. You're going to have the components with pictures, which is fantastic. Kind of how to set up the game. This will be how you play. And you have the end game and winner right here. This is all of the rules, like right here. This is it. That's going to have, and then when you turn the page, it'll just be other languages. The rule book is super simple. You can read it in 5 minutes or less, 3 minutes. Just read this spot right here, and you'll be ready to go. It's very, very simple. You can definitely teach this to your kids and have them playing on their own in no time. Setup of the game is very easy. You're going to take the 4 pots, put them on the board. And like I said earlier in the components, the board is just kind of there. You take each of the black ones. You'll take the lids off of these. Very simple, and everybody will know where they're at. I usually just, for reference here, I'm going to put the tomatoes in this one so you know where they're at. Carrots in this one. I'll put the onions in this one and the green beans in this one. You don't have to do that. I'm doing it just visually so you'll know where they're at. So when the game starts out, you can look at the pictures and you know that this is carrots, green beans, tomatoes, and onions. So what you'll do on a given turn is the player will roll the dice. And this one says onions. He will take one of the onions and he will put it in any of the 4 pots. So we know onions is here. I will drop this in without looking. Nobody can see into it. And then the person on his left can say if it's true or not. If the person says, I am not going to contest it, then the player who placed in the pot, what's called player 1, will get a victory point. And then player 2 will take his turn. And let's say he got a Chef Alfredo, which I just rolled. He can take 2 of these pots and switch them up. Now we know the onions is here and the carrots are here, tomatoes and green beans. And then the next player would go, player 3. And he would have a carrot, and he would have to put this here. And let's say he did this, and the person to his left says, nope, that's not the carrots. I know the carrots is here, forgetting that they were swapped. We would then dump this all out and say, no, you were wrong. So the person that was correct Player number 3 would then get a victory point. You put the carrots back in there. This would go back in the supply. And then player 4 would go, and they would roll the dice. And they would put green beans. And let's say they decide to put the green beans in here. Player 1 is sitting to their left, and they say, "You are incorrect." So you look at this. It was tomatoes. You put the tomatoes back in here. This goes back in the supply. And then because he was wrong, player 4 was wrong, player 1 would get this. And he would get the victory points. Now player 1 has 2 victory points. 1 for his turn, and 1 for challenging and being correct. And that's the game. When all the victory points are handed out, the game is over. Cap the number of victory points. Whoever scored the most wins the game. Who should buy this game? Anybody with kids, especially if you have a kid that's into cooking. The themes we're going to bring them in. And most kids like to cook. They're very interested in that. Their parents are doing it. You know, you're not allowed to be around the stove, so it's kind of neat to play a game where you can be around the stove. And it's just neat to bring in the ingredients and talk about the vegetables that you're doing and the memory sort of. And it's really funny when somebody misses it. You know, if your kids get really frustrated by that sort of thing, then your mileage may vary. But for us, I think this is a really great little memory game. And the components really bring the game to life. And they did a fantastic job at this one. Simple, you know, not a lot to it. It's a kid's game, and that's fine. You know, if they get 8, 9, 10, 12, they're not going to want to play this anymore. But for the younger kids, this is an excellent game to start with. Thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate you tuning in. If you liked it, please like it and hit that little subscribe button. That really helps out the channel. Lets us know that you're getting the videos that you want. If you agreed or disagree with what I said, feel free to comment below. I'd love to hear what you have to say, and I promise that I will comment back. Thanks for watching, and everybody else, keep playing.